as Nehru, indeed perhaps not privy to some of the information at all.
Because he had pushed for Pakistan so hard, it would have been very hard for him to turn down even this truncated Pakistan. I don't think his supporters would have allowed it.
Jinnah is forced to accept this plan because he thought that it was important to acquire a Muslim homeland, whatever the cost. He calls it truncated, he calls it moth-eaten. He's not happy with the Pakistan that he gets.
When the talks finished, Lord Louis, whose masterly and tactful handling of the situation reflected the cheerful atmosphere prevailing, makes his long-awaited broadcast to an expectant world.
I want to give a personal message to the people of India. To my great regret, it has been impossible to obtain agreement on any plan that would preserve the unity of India. And the only alternative is partition. The exact split will be left to the Boundary Commission. The whole plan may not be perfect, but like all plans, its success will depend on the spirit of goodwill with which it is carried out.
Well, Mountbatten is here finally saying, well, partition is coming, but he isn't saying what it means, which is pretty important detail to leave out, in the sense that these two huge new states were going to come into being without knowing their own borders.
The way that partition is announced sends a shockwave through India. The big question is, all right, okay, fine, you're going to do this, but where is the line going to go? Who's going to go where? Who's going to be in Pakistan? Who's going to be in India? What are they meant to move their houses? What are they meant to uproot their farms? What's going to happen? There's confusion and there's fear. And from fear, often you get violence.
Mountbatten then reveals an even more disturbing aspect to his plans.
He then makes an extraordinary statement. Independence will not be June 1948, but it'll be August the 15th, 1947.
That's 73 days. 73 days to create two new countries with two different identities. It sounds insane because it is insane. You know, it was a roll of the dice, and the gamble is at the cost of human life.
And that really sparks off the end game in the most violent fashion.
No one imagined that these intricately mixed communities were somehow going to be ethnically cleansed, and in a very permanent way.
The very leaders who had been so powerful in changing the course of history, in producing the end of empire, will find themselves helpless in the face of mass violence.
The series continues next Sunday at the same time. Then at 10 o'clock, blurring the lines between the good guys and the bad, shocking and violent atrocities committed by colonial forces, Secret History presents a very British way of torture.